Should I be fancy by grabbing my water mug? The answer is yes. Hi guys, hi guys, it's me Micah, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys my home studio. Wow! Oh, so as you guys may or may not know, I produce music. I sing, I write lyrics, I produce, I mix and master. I literally do a lot of things. I always just try to invest myself into art as much as I can, and I just kind of want to show you guys what I have in store for y'all. This is it. This is my home studio, and I'm gonna show you guys around. So I'm just gonna do a kind of a little bit of voiceover while doing it. So when you walk in, you're gonna see this space right over here. We have my desk in the corner right over here. Next to it we have a printer. We have a black and white printer that I have on this box that came with it. And we have a guitar, and then next to my printer and my guitar you will see my MacBook Air that I actually used since middle school, and that was also the computer where I actually started making music in, so that's pretty cool. At the other side of the corner next to the table with all my equipment and stuff, we have two chairs, and then we have a table. I have a vase that shouldn't be there because, to be honest, it kind of looks pretty jank as fuck. Like it's not my vibe, but it's still there anyways for some reason. There's really no other place for me to put that vase with those fake flowers. Oh, and also we don't want to forget about the TV. Don't forget about the TV. That is where I watch YouTube videos with my Google Chromecast. Honestly, y'all should invest Google Chromecast. It's compatible with my Google Home Mini that I got a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it's probably been maybe a month and a half since I got it, and honestly, so good. Get a Google Home Mini and also get Google Chromecast for your TV, because that shit's fucking dope. You can connect to your phone, you can cast videos through it. So good, so fun, so fresh, really great. Also, just to clarify for you guys, this is not, and I repeat, not sponsored, okay? I just love my Google Home Mini and my Google Chromecast a lot. They're my babies, but again, this is not sponsored. I wish it was sponsored, but it's not. So, just to clarify, okay? That's it. Okay, back to the video. And also next to the TV, you'll have a closet that's pretty messy, to be honest. It has a bin full of laundry, and then there's also film cameras everywhere that I haven't used in a long time. I really want to get back into film photography again because I miss it a lot. I really love film photography. So it's pretty much my space or whatever. And also, as you can probably tell, it's pretty obvious that we have all the sponges here. We have all the studio foam. It's actually a foot by foot square studio foam. Yes, that's what it is. The reason why I have bass traps and just all this foam and stuff is because just acoustical treatment kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? So whenever I make a sound, the sound waves won't reflect all around the room as much, which is really cool, really neat. I actually took some notes on what I want to talk about right here. So how this studio came about. The first time I moved into this house is with my family and I when I was around in 7th or 8th grade. Basically, the reason why we moved here is because my mom and dad wanted to start a new business. This used to be my older sister Jay and I's bedroom when we first moved in, and then I think my mom, my dad, and my little sister were sleeping in the other side of the room, and it was just basically a really small, kind of a little bit cramped living space, which somehow it was functional for all of us, because when we were all living here, I lived with my mom, my dad, my grandma, and my two sisters, and here's me. So we have 6 family members in our tribe, in our humble abode. I don't really know how else to explain it. I'm really dumb right now. I'm sorry. I just got off work, and just bear with me, okay? When we first moved in, it was basically the 6 of us, and then a couple of years later, we eventually moved back into our hometown because we wanted to have more space for us to, breathe and to make our living more functional, you know what I'm saying? And eventually my sister decided to, you know, move in this space by herself, and eventually she lived with her boyfriend, and then I think the next couple of years later, that's when I moved in as well with my sister and her boyfriend. So we lived together for like a while, probably like over a year, until like during, I guess like, I think it was around like the fall or winter time, that's when my sister and her boyfriend actually moved out. And this space, when I moved in, was actually my old bedroom, and it had all my equipment right over here. So yeah, it was basically like a bedroom studio kind of function. When I found out that my sister and her boyfriend moved out, that's when this came about. Like now I just live by myself, which I'm really glad that I live by myself actually, because yeah, I get kind of lonely sometimes, but like I have the freedom to do whatever I want kind of, as long as I don't fuck up the place. And also like I could have friends over, and I could just like, you know, play music as loud as I want. I could sing as loud as I want. Really great, really neat, good, fun, fresh. So amazing. So yeah, this is what it has come to. Yeah! I want to get a little bit more in depth on music experience because that's just my main focus right now. I just want my music to grow, expand, you know? As mentioned a couple of minutes ago, I first started making music when I got my MacBook Air around November, when I was around like maybe in 6th or 7th grade. I remember when I got my computer before we all moved into this place, and that's when I first started making music on GarageBand, and then for some reason I just, you know, got more invested into making music. I actually never really knew how much I was so invested into music production until like the next couple of years after that. And one of the reasons why I started producing myself and why I do everything myself in the first place is because, for one, it is so damn expensive to hire somebody to produce your shit, to mix and master your shit for you. If you're trying to lease a track, it's like around $125 to do that. And you might think it's not that bad, but like when you're on a budget, like you kind of just want to like not do that. That's one of the reasons why. And secondly, I just felt like the only person that could understand me and my style is myself. So I just want to take full creative control on what I do as an artist. That's another reason why I started making music. I just felt like I could take full creative control and have a better understanding of how I work, what I do, what do I like, how I could take other people's inspirations and other people's styles and turn it into my own. Just being inspired by people that I listen to on the daily and just stuff like that. So it's so fucking crazy how like 6 years ago, that's when I first started. Like when I first got my MacBook Air, really, now I have a new computer, now I have like all of this. Like I can't thank my dad enough for literally helping me with all of this. Like I'm just really lucky and grateful that, you know, I have like my family that are more supportive of what I do now. I'm just really glad that, you know, they even took the time to help me with all of this. So thanks, Mom and Dad. It really means a lot, and you know, I can never be more thankful and grateful enough. So that's something. You already know like that I was pretty experienced, like you know, making music and stuff. But you might be wondering, what kind of stuff have I done in the past? Well, let me fucking tell you, because I have made so much music in so many genres, in so many like name changes that like there are too many to count. So I forgot to write it down because like I didn't know that was a thing that I did back then. But when I first started out, I was actually making ambient music, and I went under the name of The On Button. And it was kind of cute for a second, but the whole process of like making ambient music was literally, I would just take like a recording, like a field recording on my iPhone, and then I would go import it in Audacity, which is like a DAW basically, and I just pause stretched it. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's just stretching out an audio file and like making it all like reverby and stuff, like really echoey, and then I would just literally expand it and call it a day. That's it. That's all I did. And I was like, you know what, this is like too easy, maybe just do something else. A couple of like months later, that's when I changed my name to Mike Powers. Guess what genre that I made at that time? Fucking C-punk. Okay, like C-punk is pretty much a dead genre now no one really talks about anymore. It was really big like back in like 2012, I think, like back in the Tumblr days when I was still under the name Mike Powers. The next like genre that I made was vaporwave, which is really cool, really sick. And while I was making music in the vaporwave era, that's when I changed my name again to Generation Network, which is very vaporwave if you ask me. During that time, I was actually signed into an independent label. I was actually put into the roster in like this one label, and it's called Business Casual. I was in it for a while, but then I realized that I was kind of like, you know, getting tired of the whole vaporwave phase, because like literally it's kind of the same thing where you take like a sample off of a song and you literally just slow it down. Like, that's literally it. And then you distort it or whatever. And it can be cool, but like, I want to do something else in a different genre. Like, I just kind of want to experiment more. And so that was when I left the label. And actually, like, they just kind of, I wouldn't say kicked me out. Basically, I just left. So that's when I also changed my name to Paham. Oh my god. And I had that name for the longest time. I think I had it for like 3 or 4 years. This name change actually happened when I was a freshman in high school. And basically what happened was my math teacher was taking attendance and she called my name and she was like, Michael Fam, and I was like, here. And then she said, should I call you Fam or should I call you Paham? And that's how it came about, and everyone was like, you know, laughing about it, and I was like, you know, it doesn't really matter, I don't care. Also, like, I think a couple weeks after that, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of sick and tired of the name Generation Network, what name should I change it in? And then I thought of like what my math teacher said, and I was like, oh, why not Paham? Then I tried to figure out how to spell it, and then boom, there we go. Like, neat. As I mentioned before, I had the name Paham for the longest time. And I remember making like a little bit of vaporwave, but I also like made a lot of like trap stuff. I did a lot. Like, I remember like making remixes and like I just made like a whole bunch of variety of tracks. Like, I remember making this one Nightcore track off of like Rihanna's This Is What You Came For. I also like made like some sample challenges during that era, and like I just remember something. I tried making a rap EP. It was bad. I knew it was awful from the start, and looking back, I still think it's fucking awful because my voice sounded so awkward. And also, I almost forgot, Paham was actually the era where I first started using my voice. See this? The throat? I use that in many different ways. You can take it as you please, take whatever. So that's when I first started like, you know, using my voice and recording my voice in my songs. I hid my singing for such a long time because I didn't want people to judge me, like ever since preschool. And so trying to use my voice in my songs was very like nerve-wracking for me, but over time like started getting used to it. Like, I remember like, sitting like on my desk and then try to record music through like my Apple earbuds and stuff, and just would try to sing through the mic and try to sing soft so that no one could hear me. That's how scared I was. But now I'm just like, I could care less about what people think. So I guess we got some character development going on. Over time, I kind of got sick of the name again, so I was like, I want to change it, which is one of the reasons why. But another reason was because literally no one knew how to spell and pronounce it. Like, everyone would say like, oh, are you Pooha or Paham or Puh? Literally 3 to 5 people call me Puh. I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, where did you get that shit from? Anyways. Well, it turns out my battery for this thing freaking died, so I'm just pretty much gonna talk more about my backstory to how everything came about. Where did I put my script? So a lot of people actually still call me Paham sometimes, like also some of my closest friends, like they knew me before I made the name change as Micah. Another reason is like, I just feel like looking at the name itself, I just don't think it's aesthetically pleasing. You know what I mean? Speaking of my new name, I want to talk about how I made that name change. I was in my dorm when I was making this name change, and my sister was driving to pick me up from my dorm. We were just talking, and I was like, I want to make a name change because I'm kind of sick and tired of the name I have now. And so my sister says, what about Micah? And at first we were thinking about the mineral or the rock, right? So without the H. So it's M-I-C-A. That's it. And I was like, yeah, Micah sounds cool. And then we were thinking about like, oh, what about something we could add after that. And we were thinking about like, oh, well, what about the number 13? Like, we could do that. And so at first we were like MICA13, and it looked ugly. And I was like, sis, this looks really ugly. She's like, you're right. So we were still trying to figure out like ways to like make it look cool. And we decided that we were gonna add an H at the end. So Micah with an H. And then we turned the 13 into Roman numerals. And that's how it came about. Micah 13. Wow, cool. So we made the name change, right? Little did I know that it was gonna be really significant with my life. I realized how the number 13 became a huge factor in my life. So number one, I was born on May 13th, 1989. Second reason, when we made that name change, it was on Friday, April the 13th of 2018. Friday, April 13th of last year, which is so cool. Another thing is like, every time I walk around, every time that like a person is talking or talking to someone, they would always say 13 of something. So it's like, oh, like this person just like bumped into me 13 seconds ago. Oh, like I like got like 13 answers wrong. And sometimes like I would like take a test and I would literally have like 13 questions wrong. And it's just like the number 13 has been like showing up at every single corner, and it's like so weird. I don't even know if it's like a superstition kind of thing, but like maybe it could give me luck. I feel like it's been really hitting me lately. Maybe the number 13 can be something that could be a really huge factor in my life, and honestly I feel like it is. Like, I pretty much believe it. I think I pretty much believe it. I think making that name change was a really good idea, because that's also when like I started to, you know, take my music more seriously and, you know, experiment more, because I feel like the name itself, like when you look at it, it's like, oh, he's that bitch. Like, I just really like the name Micah 13. I think it sounds really cool. It really rolls off the tongue really well. It looks really legit, and yeah, I just love it. So that's basically it with my home studio / music experience kind of portion of this video. Now, before I end this, I actually kind of want to discuss something about my content on here in the future, like on YouTube. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I want to know what you guys think about what you guys want to see. I have a lot of ideas, but I kind of just want to like communicate with you guys. Like, if this channel ever grows into something else, I don't really know if that will ever happen, but like, we'll see. I was thinking maybe I could make content that is music based, like YouTubers like Andrew Huang and Ramzoid and like Busy Work Beats. They make really, really dope like music related content, and I kind of want to make some content along those lines, but at the same time, like, I don't want to be limited to music. Like, I want to do a lot of things. So some of the ideas that I had in mind are beat challenges or like sample challenges, where I take like whatever footage available or whatever that's like either trendy or something that I like found somewhere that I recorded, and then I turn it into a song, which would be really cool. Also, like, I want to make videos on how I make songs that I've made previously, you know what I'm saying? And like also like tips and tricks on how like you can improve your music quality and sound design stuff, like what gear I use, what plugins I use, etc. I also like want to do like equipment hauls, music hauls, plugin hauls. Like, that would be so fun. Also, like, if you have any like music production channels that y'all want to recommend to me, feel free in the comments. Like don't be afraid to leave a comment down below. I would love to see like some of your favorite music YouTubers content or whatever. That would be really cool. Yeah, I also want to do music videos. Oh my god, like, I would love to direct all my music videos one day. That would be so fucking tight. I was also thinking about doing like a monthly favorites kind of thing, whether it be like different plugins that I'm into, different artists, different albums that I'm into, like all that stuff. Like, if you're interested in me talking about that, then feel free to let me know in the comments. Like, I would love to know what you guys want to hear from me or what you guys want to see from me. Now, with the miscellaneous stuff, what I mean by that is like anything that's not related to music. I want to make fashion content where I do like monthly hauls and stuff, and then I like want to get more in depth of like my style and stuff, just like favorite brands at the moment, and also like style swap videos. Like, I know they've already done before, but like it'd be cool if I like grab a friend and then we could switch styles. That'd be really cool. And I also want to get into like, you know, film photography and stuff. I would like watch like people like Negative Feedback and just like people like him that make content along those lines, and I would love to go in depth with what cameras do I use for film photography, photo shoot places, and just like taking like people's portraits and stuff, so that'd be really cool. Also, like what photo editing apps I use, so like if you're also interested in that, let me know. I also want to do like car vlogs and stuff, and just like any vlog in general, so like that's cool. I also want to do makeup stuff. Makeup is also one of my favorite things to, you know, do as a hobby, and I would love for you guys to, you know, see like some like makeup looks that I want to do on like this channel. Like it'll be so good, so fun. Product reviews, that'll be so fun. Oh, and also I have this one segment, it's called At My Place. And basically this idea is just like me like getting a couple of friends over. We could just talk about literally whatever we want at my place. Pretty self-explanatory. And it'll just be really cool, just be really intimate and stuff, and just like we just have a good time, talk about whatever random shit we want, and it'll be really cool and fun and just be chill, you know? Mental health. I want to talk about that. Like I would love to talk about more about like mental health related stuff on my YouTube channel, because mental health is fucking important. Don't even fucking lie. It's fucking important. It fucking matters, okay? Mental health is the shit, okay? You need that shit in your fucking life. So yeah, basically mental health, like I kind of want to just like, you know, go in depth about like how you can switch habits from bad to good, and just like my experience with mental illness and why mental health is important, especially when making music. I really want to go in depth with that based on my experiences, and I hope that would help you guys too. So if you guys are interested in any of the stuff that I listed, I know it's a lot, okay? I have a lot of shit listed down. But if you guys like have any other recommendations you would love to hear or see from me, then feel free to let me know in the comments below. Okay? That's basically it. That's basically what I want to talk about in this video. I cannot get over how organized this shit looks. Like, do you guys see this? Do you guys see this? This is fucking sick. Okay? Like, I'm professional. I'm a fucking genius. Not really, but like I'm trying though. So that's basically it with this video. Again, if you guys have any other suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you guys would love to see more of my content, then feel free to subscribe. I post whenever I want to. I don't really have a set schedule yet, but if you guys are interested in watching my content, then turn on your post notifications so you know when I post a new video. Also, follow me on my social media, follow my music pages. It would really mean a ton. I will put all the links in the description below. Also, by the time you're watching this, I have a song that's out right now. It's called Merry Go Round. It would really mean a lot if you guys check out my new track that's out now on SoundCloud. Like, your support means a lot to me, so it would really mean a lot if you guys check out my song in the description below. Again, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys so much. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!